What's on my dues? So, usually when I do a book recommendation or a book review, I take my time, I do my homework, I read through the book, and then I make notes and I share with you guys. But this book happened to be at the right place at the right time, which I feel like just reading it for you guys should speak for itself. For me at least, it has been anxiety reducing and reassuring and just comforting. So I figured I would just unbox, can I blur my address? Unbox this package that I ordered from Amazon because it's cheaper to buy books there, and have a first impression with you guys. So this book is called I Didn't Do the Thing Today. Subtitle, Letting Go of Productivity Guilt. We're just gonna dive right in. Chapter 1, The Narrowing of Productivity. There will be days like these, days that aren't our day, days we don't seize, days when we wished to accomplish more, days that blur in the bitsy errands, days that get derailed, days when there is something we should be doing that we're not doing, days when we worry about all that will be stacked onto tomorrow, days we're convinced everyone else is having a better day. Such days can leave us feeling deflated. Well, hello. Before we get on to the video, I would just like to quickly introduce myself. Hi. My name is Ella. I'm a full-time English teacher that specializes in devising a systematic approach to learning English. So if you've been struggling with English speaking for a while, or you're a beginner, you just don't want to waste time and you want to take out all the guesswork, I offer private one-on-one classes as well as self-study guides and courses. So if you're interested, take a look at my profile and you'll gain access to all my stuff. Now let's get on with the video. Well, I don't know the particular shape your days take. There are things that we all stumble over as we try to navigate modern life. Whether you work 9 to 5 in an office, or you're a freelancer, or a manager, or a shift worker, or you might be a stay-at-home parent or a retiree, each of us is entangled in a culture that measures our value through productivity. How much we do, how well we do it, who we do it for. For many of us, our days have become containers for internalized capitalism, or the pervading sense that what we do is tied to our worth. When we conflate productivity with worthiness, what we do is never enough. We can always do more, and there's always more to do. With this pile of undone things often comes an undercurrent of guilt, anxiety, or shame. Instead of being alive to the variances of what is done in a day, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot, we spiral in a slew of if-onlys. If only I were more productive, if only I were more efficient, if only I were better, if only I were more like that person, then I could do it right, do enough, be enough. So much of what we're trying to achieve in our days is bound to the idea that we can optimize things to the point of perfection, surrounded by promises that if only we adopt this life hack or follow that morning routine, we will finally get it all done. We look to this new thing to remedy our days like these. There can be a juicy pleasure in trying the latest hack with its promise of improvement. I've made a hobby of it. I've eaten the frog, put butter in my morning coffee, bought the new planner, tried the miracle morning routine, set up rewards for good habits. These popular systems can be useful and may even change your life, but I've found they can also create another thing to stumble over in our days. When tomorrow arrives and we find that this new thing didn't fix us, or we don't perfectly adhere to the system, we're right back at the beginning of the if-only spiral. Feeling like we're the only one who isn't getting it right, who keeps messing it up, we turn to the next thing in our hot pursuit of this better version of ourselves. We search again for a key to optimize our days and stumble again, only to be met with self-blame. We're running just to stand still, and we're missing the point. We're only doing this work to improve ourselves, only to go on judging ourselves for being imperfect. Yet such a pursuit is a fool's errand. The English word perfect comes from the Latin verb perficio, which means to finish, complete, carry out, and achieve. When we pursue perfection in our days and in ourselves, we're creating an impossible standard. We've taken what's incomplete as proof there is something wrong with us, when in fact, being imperfect is an inevitable part of being human. We blame ourselves for not being exactly where we think we should be. We berate ourselves for inactivity. We shrink in our self-comparison to others. We doubt our decisions. We become so stifled by the pressure of being productive that we sometimes don't do anything at all. Guilty as charged. That's me all the time. In our obsession with doing, we can overlook that life has a way of intervening in our plans for a productive day. Distractions come to the fore, things fall through, responsibilities arise unexpectedly, and our minds and bodies don't always cooperate with our expectations. When we don't meet the high standard of productivity we set for ourselves, we feel bad, overlooking the fact that the benchmark was out of reach to begin with. It's a pity, really, to get to the end of the day and then focus only on what was left undone. There's more texture of variance to find and appreciate in any day than a checked-off to-do list can offer. There are myriad things that might have happened despite what we did and didn't do. There is far more life and vibrancy to discover in days that ebb and flow than in streamlined, optimized days. We forget that we want the symphonies produced by the orchestra, not one flat note. Just as recognizing that happiness is one of many emotional states that ebb and flow, we can recognize that our days and how productive we are within them vary. We have bursts of productivity just as we have bursts of happiness. The ideal days where everything seems to fall into place are something we fall into. What if, instead of trying to optimize our days to do more, we allow the days to unfold just as they are and accept ourselves as imperfect people simply experiencing the day? Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with everything said so far. And I will keep on reading this whole book, just presenting it as is. Obviously, I'm not gonna monetize this video, but on my Patreon platform, I will go into the words and expressions used by the author as a language material, like a supplementary learning material to this series, to this video. Yeah, let me know what you think of the book so far. Let me know if it resonated with you. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.